I am Panda, and I got King Canoe and Biker in the booth with me as always. And this is playoff race number 1 at Martinsville in the round of, is it 12 or 16?
12.
12.
Round of 12.
Okay, and we are at Martinsville, 50% race, 3 times wear, relaxed cautions, custom setups. And sorry guys, we're a little late starting this. I'm going to hand it off to either Biker or Canoe, and they're going to go over starting order and track facts, and then we will get into this race, gentlemen.
This is Biker. Let's do those track facts first. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the half mile of mayhem, yes, the paperclip and Martinsville Speedway. Martinsville Speedway started in 1948, and guess what else started in 48? NASCAR, and they've never left. It's the longest standing NASCAR track.
Okay.
If you didn't know that, you're happening. This is a half mile, a little over a half mile oval. The seating capacity here at the track is 44 to 65,000, depending on how they configure the stands. And I can tell you this, guys, they say there's a 12-degree bank in the turns, but I don't believe them, okay? I mean, I really don't. As much as I've raced here, I don't believe them. And hey, guess what? We're actually not in Martinsville, Virginia. We're on Speedway Road in Ridgeville, Virginia. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to get an excellent show here. And with that starting grid tonight, I'll take you over to King Canoe.
Well, thank you very much, Biker. Our non-qualifiers to start include Jinx, Dark Knight, Titanic, Crimson, KSJ, Death Before Dishonor, Silenced, and Woody. So, our starting lineup. In 8th place will be Travis. In 7th is Happy, last week's winner at New Hampshire. No, sorry. No, Happy did win last week.
Yep,
all right,
he
so,
did.
The winner last week in the Xfinity Series at New Hampshire, though, will be starting in 6th spot. That's King Pyle. In 5th spot will be Visceral Killer with B New Stew starting in 4th. And on the inside of row 2 will be Mr. Twoon. Starting on the outside pole will be Hollywood, with our pole sitter being HDRS Sleepy Lando. And guys, we have a lot of fast times that we are looking at here tonight. We're talking sub 19 second laps. We're talking, oh my god, how are we going to keep up type of times.
Well, I know Lando's fast here. I know that.
Well, there's about 2 or 3 guys that are right at the 19-second or under mark. So this is going to be really interesting. King Pyle is one of those guys. He was feeling under the weather with a little body ache last night. He couldn't race in the Xfinity, but he says he's amped up and ready to go. And I can't wait to see this race with these quality drivers tonight, Panda. What do you say, bud?
Okay.
Well, Biker, I'm going to say this really quick. I think just like last night between Dunlap and Memphis and Dark Knight, the guys that are going to be the toughest to beat tonight are the guys starting up on the front row. Between Lando and Hollywood, their fastest time of the week so far is an 18.7 second lap time around here. They're really fast.
Yeah.
Hey, Panda, since I did it last week, let's get our driver picks out of the way and let's get this show on the road.
Okay. I'm going with B Stew tonight. I'm going to take B Stew new tonight. He is my pick.
He's one of those real fast runners, too.
Yep.
What do you say, King Canoe? We got one for B New.
I am going to have to say Hollywood. I mean, he's a hard charger, and it's a short track, and basically it suits his style of racing. And he's on the top of the weekly leaderboard, so it's hard to pick against him.
Well, there you go. And hey, for tonight, Biker's pick is Death Before Dishonor.
That's actually not a bad pick. Death
It
Before
isn't.
Dishonor being as dominant as he is on road courses, a short track like this suits his driving style. So
Well, he's
why
a short
not?
track and road course guy. He's not much out there on the speedways or the super speedways, but on road courses and short track, that's his game, and I'm picking him to win it tonight.
You know, I was thinking about this earlier there, Biker. Death Before Dishonor is this series' Tony Stewart. Like,
Oh, yeah.
he shows up each and every week. There's some times where he might be off, but most of the times, week in and week out, he's a contender.
Yes.
So
I hear
he
you.
should never
I
be
hear
counted
you.
out.
Yes.
Okay,
so
guys. Well, hey,
we're
why
ready.
don't we give
We're
those
ready,
guys
guys.
the cue to get going?
Yep,
And
we're ready.
Let's
We got
rock
all
and
invites?
roll this thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
got
we got our
invites.
invites.
Okay.
You just got to tell us when to jump in there, baby.
Hang
Yep.
on, I'm about to say ready to rock.
I am watching Silence's stream. We are paused here, so we will get this underway. And thank you, Shady, for joining. We do a pretty good job in the booth. I don't like to toot my own horn, but we do a good job, and it's with my co-anchors here, man. These guys do
Boy.
an awesome job. So
You want to hear about a good job in the booth, Panda? Anybody that watched that Xfinity race had to appreciate the job that Vizaril did
Yes.
in that booth last night. Man, I'm telling you, his announcing really kept me interested in that race. He did a great job.
Yes, Visceral. That's why I picked him to take over the Xfinity races. Is that man knows what he's doing. So, and we got Dunlap here. We got Travis. Good evening, folks. So, and we got Dunlap here. I got my pick. I got to pick my bro from Gravedigger, Dark. Okay, so Shady is going with Dark, and so is Dunlap tonight. So we will
There
see.
you go.
And I've been
All
informed that all the merchandise that has been
We're
given
joining,
away.
gentlemen.
Join, guys. Is being shipped out right now. So we will get this underway.
Well, good. Hey, everybody out there here at HDRS really appreciates all of our fans and everybody watching out there. We try to bring you a good show every week. I think we've accomplished that so far this season. And
Yes.
hopefully tonight you're going to see the short race of your life because these guys are fast and they know what they're doing.
Yes. And hello, HDRS Nation. We are here live at Martinsville for the first playoff race in Season 3 here. And we are getting started here.
Underway with Happy
Yes.
out in the lead right off the bat.
Yes, Happy is taking that first lead. And Patience. Patience is something here.
Excuse me. I'm
That's
sorry.
Lando.
That's Lando. I know. Happy ran the 24 last night in Xfinity. It
Okay.
kind of confused me. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm changing my
We got-
thing. So we got set 64 laps here in Stage 1.
Okay.
Guys, with times 3 tire wear, the expected fuel run is going to be probably 40 to 47 laps at best.
Yes.
Okay.
Tires should not be a factor at all tonight. Well, I mean, tire wear, of course, being a factor, but these guys will be wanting to stretch their fuel as far as it can go and not really worry about their tire wear at all. So, pretty much it's pedal to the metal, hammered down as the series model is concerned.
And look where
Yes.
Clune has came up about 3 spaces to jump in second place.
Yeah, I
Yes,
see
he has.
that.
Right ahead of Hollywood there.
Yes.
Oh,
Ooh.
when Swoon gets up into the wall. It looks
Can we
like
touch the wall?
Toon is able to roll that corner pretty well from the center off. So
And that's what you
I wonder how
want
that
here.
will do.
You
Yes,
want
it
to
is.
roll that corner. You want to let off early and roll that corner. You know,
You want to
and
let
if you
off,
get
you
on,
want to roll
Yeah.
to the middle and gas it.
yep. And if you get on it too early, you're going to go straight up into that wall and not be able to make that. Either corner 4 or corner 2. Exiting. So
Looks like we have a battle for third place. Is B-New Stu
Ooh.
who's taking a look down on the inside of Hollywood. Oh, a little
he
bit of
is.
contact there.
There's a little
Stu.
touchy there. Like a teenager at prom. There was a little touchy.
And for all of you watching out there, you'll see the color of the track surface change, and that's because although this is noted as an asphalt cement track, the corners are cement, the straightaways are asphalt.
Okay.
And guys, did you know that this track was originally dirt?
Yes. This track actually was built and opened in 1947, and NASCAR officially started in 1948. This is practically the first track they ever went to, and they've never left. How about that, huh?
Awesome. Brad Cunningham, left turn Friday. I got Twoon tonight for the win. Okay,
there
Bradley.
You go. Not a bad choice, Brad.
It would be great to see Twoon get the win here in the Cup Series. Battle for third place is starting to heat up. I'm riding along with Visceral Killers.
There's four cars behind Visceral, it looks like. And I'd like to see Visceral. I want to interview Visceral. And I listened to the race last night today, and he did a beautiful job, as Biker said.
He did.
It was a very good.
He did a great job.
With Mr. Jinx in there, too. So, good.
Yeah, Mr. Jinx didn't come in till way late.
Okay.
But it's all good. Visceral hung tough. Right now, these guys, I think, are trying to settle in and find the solid
Hollywood,
line.
way up. Oh, he's up into the wall.
Yeah, they're trying to find their line. They're struggling a little bit, even though they're fast and moving.
Yep. We're about 11 laps.
Lando and Twoon are making gaps happen between the main part of the pack. I tell you right now, it looks like to me that some of the guys in the back are going to have to settle down and get in the groove.
We got a manual caution here.
Yep. Yep. There we go. So we had Happy there. It looks like, or the 88.
I think that Woody and Silence in the back there got together coming off of turn 2 a couple laps ago, and that's what brought out this manual caution.
Okay. Yep. I was just seeing that 88. I was cycling through, and I was stopping on B New. So I think B New's going to start 3rd, and then Happy's going to start 4th, and then
Well, again, this is manual caution, so we'll be able to get to watch them pit and see who comes out first.
Yep. Yes. And it looks like we got the 11 car of Hollywood leading them into the pits with Twoon, and then Happy in the 88, and then the 19. I have a good car.
Hollywood's actually quite a ways back coming into the pits.
Okay, Dunlap, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
no
Dunlap.
Big deal.
I have a good car. Last night, I had a good car last night.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Somebody
I date a
beat
teacher.
It up for him.
I date a teacher, and I get grammar corrected all the time. So.
Oh man, better you than
Dunlap,
me.
Dunlap, I know you were fast last night. Dark was my pick last night. That man was super fast. I mean.
Yeah, he was super fast. I was racing against him on a couple of occasions.
So it looks like B New got out there. We'll see where they line up here. So it looks like we're gonna have Lando leading them here, and then Twoon is either he has a lane choice, so he might start behind him.
Well, okay.
I'm not sure if the lane choice is before or after the start-finish line.
I'm going to keep my eye on King Pyle tonight.
And then we got the 72
he has a real fast car. He wasn't feeling good physically last night, so he didn't race. But he said he's ready to go tonight. So I'm going to give him an eye in the sky and check on him and see how he does in this restart in the next few laps.
So Dark Knight will be starting outside of Lando as we get ready for this
machine.
restart.
And then Jinx is going to be starting 4th, it looks like, on the outside there of the 9 of Twoon, and we might be going green here.
Yeah.
Let's see. We're in the restart zone.
We
are green. Lando, good jump on that restart. That was a good restart there.
Uh-oh, who's sideways?
Ooh.
Oh, they straightened it out. Good job. Good job by Twoon. He got a little sideways on the candy there.
And it's those fresh tires.
And there's Hollywood's in the candy.
Panda, you're grammar correcting fool. Crack me up, bro. Hey, I know I don't speak proper grammar either,
Hey,
but I just had to point it out.
I don't know, but I like to fool about that comment.
You know,
Because
I had a
we
Mexican
are all
kid.
fools in the booth.
One of my best friends growing up was a Hispanic fella, and he used to call me fool all the time. And I guess it's part of their culture. You know, you fool. They call white people fool.
Well, not just white people. They call their friends fools because they know they're all fools.
Yeah, exactly. You know?
And back to the race, gentlemen.
Oh, Lando's pulling away. We have the 32.
yeah.
The 32 is back there, just exiting the corner. Lando's into the corner already.
Silence just got underpiled.
So
in
we'll
turn
get back
two,
here.
Got
We're going to
by
ride along
him.
with Hollywood. Hollywood is in the back, it looks like.
Yes,
Yeah,
he
I
is.
just would-
He's right behind KSJ, who's right behind Pyle.
Okay, in that beautiful Ford Busch car.
Hollywood making a move, a little bit of a strong arm there, maybe heading into one.
KSJ got on the outside, and it cost him a spot, didn't it?
So our sponsored drink tonight is Pelican Brewery Beat Breaker, a double Indian IPA at 9%. So please, Pelican, give us some credit.
Hey, and there you go. Where else can you get a 9% beer, huh?
Then in the
Canada.
state,
Boy, I'm telling you.
out here on the West Coast, buddy.
Well,
And it's a
I'm
good
not
beer,
gonna-
too.
I'm not going to tell you how sorry I feel for you being out there. But okay, here we go.
No,
We're
I
looking
love
really
it out
good
here.
right
I
at
love
this
it out
time.
here, biker.
These guys are charging.
So we're going to come up here to Tune.
Hey, how much do you love the gas prices? What's the gas prices out there in
So
Washington?
I drove by a gas station just about an hour ago before I got here. So they were. What
As
was it?
Hollywood
So
makes a move
in
and
Washington,
passes Pyle on the inside.
in Washington, they're $5.39 right now for gas
There you
prices.
go.
So
Did you know that right now in the United States, the gas average price is the highest it's ever
Yes.
been,
Yes.
period? How
Yes.
crazy is that? Okay?
Nevada?
And I'll tell you what, these guys are paying hundreds of dollars more for this premium Sunoco fuel they're using tonight here at Martinsville. I guarantee you.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
I believe that a gallon of gas for a high-octane race car like these is probably upwards of around $20 to $25
Yes.
per gallon.
Yes, it sure is.
It is. It is.
You might be able to correct me, but I believe they're using 106 octane.
I
And that's some.
believe you are correct, actually.
That is some gas right there. I mean, that's like jet fuel. Damn near
That's
jet fuel.
That's airplane fuel, and I'll tell you
Yep.
the trick. We used to do drags on our Harleys at night out on a country road, and you know who won them? The guys that went to the airport during the day and mixed that airport fuel with the regular gas. It gave them an extra 5-6 horsepower. We used to do it all the time. Of course, if you didn't watch out and you mixed too much in, you know, you could blow your head gaskets and have some repair to do. But boy, we used to have a lot of fun out there, drag racing them Harleys.
Actually,
Ooh. So we're on lap
boys,
28 of 64 here.
Actually, NASCAR uses Sunoco E15 98 octane fuel.
Oh, really? Just 98?
Yeah.
Now, what's the E thing for?
50% ethanol.
Ethanol.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
That's real interesting. I guess I just, reminiscing about the airplane fuel because it is 106 octane.
I know in drag cars, they do run that like 100% alcohol almost. And that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You don't smoke within, like 20 feet of that stuff because it's going up in flames.
But see, you can be on the drag team, you could run the fuel car on alcohol, and you could have a little moonshine on the side.
Guys, we got big action going on here in the middle of the pack.
We have a crowded room.
Titanic Joe is moving his way up here, too. I'm trying to get there. He's with the 34 Jinx to 6 of Silence. There's the 10 of Visceral back there.
A lot of contact.
34
Ooh,
Crimson
and we got
right in
Death
front of
leading that
Titanic
entire
Joe.
pack there in that
Yes,
41 Haas
it's
machine.
Death. Titanic Joe just passed, trying to pass Crimson. It's Silence behind him.
Nope, that is
Phoenix
Titanic
Bad
Joe in the
Limit.
48.
It looks like Titanic Joe got past Crimson there.
Ooh.
Silence is trying to bust a move, and then you have a group of 4 cars are right behind
Jinx
them.
doesn't drive the 34 car anymore, does he?
He drives the 38.
38,
Yeah,
so that's
Crimson
Woody.
in the 34.
Or Crimson, yes, Crimson.
Yes.
Crimson. Okay,
Crimson
my
drives
bad.
the 34. That's okay. Hey, you know what?
Racing gas where
Ladies
I
and
live.
gentlemen, it's Friday night. If you think we all came to the booth sober, think again.
I did
Yeah,
not.
I'm the only
I
one
did
that
not.
came to the
It's
booth
been a rough
sober.
week. So, and
I
Dunlap
believe
says,
King is the only one that came to the booth sober tonight.
yeah,
and
probably.
also, I'm no longer King. I want to differentiate myself from King.
So you're just
Pyle,
Canute?
so-
You're just Canute?
Yes.
So,
Just
wait
okay.
a minute. Wait a minute. We're calling you something different now? Is this like a woke thing or what?
You can call him Betsy Bebop if you want to.
Oh,
You know, I don't think he cares.
Okay.
As long as
Let's keep
long as you don't call him King, you know, he's
Well,
fine with
let's keep
anything.
my-
just don't call him King.
We got
Let's keep my
Butterknuckles in
stage
the
name
booth
out of
with
this.
us tonight.
I guess. Yeah, you know what? And you know, if I was you, Canute, I would
Viscera on the wall.
I would try to break myself away from the Burger King syndrome myself.
Yeah.
So here we go, a little punch for Burger King. We just want you to know we're out there. Silence trying to get under Titanic.
He is. He's working
He
it,
hit
and
the
Hollywood's
candy
moved his
cane.
way back up.
He's working hard.
And we are
Visceral
still
wrecked
early.
on the back. Visceral wrecked
We
on the
are
back stretch
early.
this last lap, and
Okay.
he just recovered, got up to speed in front of Dark Knight, and now he's back up to speed in between Dark Knight and Death Before Dishonor.
Well, Hollywood is actually pulled right up on Silence's
Yes,
buffer right
yes.
now.
And we are halfway through. Pardon me. Halfway through
Boy.
stage 1 right now. We are 38 laps into 64.
So we should still have that space for a green flag pit stop set here. I don't believe that they went far enough before that caution.
who-
Ooh, we got someone around. Around in. Is that
turn two?
is 2 and 3 or 1 and 2?
1 and 2. Give me
I'm
a
not
card
for sure
number.
who that was. I don't know. I
Kinda
just
got
seen
all
someone.
excited but can't report any
I
info.
no,
I love you,
no.
man.
I barely caught it. But I seen a car around when I was cycling through there.
Okay.
You know, funny thing
So
about
It could
this
have been
track
the
is that you
14.
Is Lando lapping people at this point? Did he
Yes, he
lap
is.
Woody and Jinx?
he's got
They're-
Woody.
Yes.
No, I think Jinx. I thought Jinx was still in second there.
So Lando is still our
No,
leader.
never mind.
He could be. They could have both lapped Woody. I'm not sure at this point.
So Silence is running in 6th place right now, and he has a little less than half a
Oh, we
track
just lost
lead
somebody.
on the leader.
We just lost. Oh, we lost Visceral.
Visceral is gone.
Oh, the number 10 is in the pits, and he's not moving.
That's correct.
Yep.
Boy, that bacon's not going to sizzle tonight for him, boys.
Oh man,
That I love
That is
bacon car.
terrible.
he
There's
didn't even
Jinx.
make it as far as I did last night. I at least got to
man.
middle of stage 2.
Boy, that's a terrible thing.
I
Well-
really feel for Visceral right now,
yeah,
man.
I seen
know,
the
man.
14 went around in
Ooh,
1 and
the
2.
14
Yep.
almost
It
got
was.
the inside
Okay.
wall.
Yep. That's who it
Yeah.
was, but he didn't collect anyone. I think
No.
it was a clear, and that's the
That
14 of
was
Woody. Yep.
I'll tell you what, man. Lando is making everybody else in this race look like a rookie right now as he just gets past King Pyle and is working on the 4 of KSJ in front of him. Pyle gave Lando a little push, trying to keep his lap, I'm sure. That's what he wants to do. Now Lando's got his sights on KSJ and Jinx has got his sights
Oh.
on Pyle.
Yep. I'm coming back here. Ooh, Silence
Pyle just
underneath
got
of
the
death.
candy. Jinx just got by Pyle.
Ooh, and I think
Oh,
the
here
11 of
comes the
Hollywood.
88 of Happy coming by Pyle. Pyle's
They're
having
trying
a few
that outside
problems
line.
here.
So it looks like Hollywood is around Death Before Dishonor 2, with Silence leading them guys. Sorry guys, I got hiccups right now. Trying to hold my breath. I think I drank beer too fast.
Can I tell you the hiccup secret? Nobody ever believes me until they try it.
Stand on your head and hold your breath.
Never do anything like that. All you gotta do is stare at a light for about 30 seconds and think about nothing but the light. Your hiccups will be gone, period. Works every time. I told people about this. They told me I was crazy. I had a guy in a store that I was in. He was hiccuping like crazy, and he worked there, and I've seen him a few times in there. And I said, what's going on? And he goes, I can't shake these hiccups. I go, see that light right there? He said, yeah. I go, stare at it for 30 seconds or a minute. Just think about the light. And I walked off. I came back 3 minutes later. He's looking at me going, that was amazing. So I swear it works.
Okay, so everyone,
so if I
tune in
that,
for more life hacks from Biker.
Just a little hiccup in my giddy-up tip.
So
we're right here with Death.
I've noticed that these guys are starting to really diamond out these corners. Biker, you have more experience in these cup cars than I do. Tell us about that and how this differentiates between the cup and Xfinity cars.
You know what the deal is here is in a cup car, which has more horsepower, and they're a little harder when the tires start getting a little worn to hold that nice smooth inside on the corner. Not all of them, but it depends on their setup. So some of them start doing exactly what you're talking about. They start throwing a diamond on the corner, and what the diamond is they go in low, go up high, and come down low instead of apexing and floating around the corner. So you will see some people that their setups are wearing their tires a little more, starting to diamond, and when they do diamond, that gives them more of a longer straightaway effect. So they're going faster down the end of the straightaway than they were when they were just floating around the corner.
One guy who I've noticed is not really diamonding at all is Jinx in that 38 machine. He's up on the back end of the 24 of Lando heading into one. He's got an inside look. Not happening this time. Oh, Jinx almost got in the wall. Oh, maybe he's going into the pits. Nope, never mind, not this time.
Nope, I think we are getting there. We are 55 of 64 here.
Scrubbed the wall.
Yep, and he's lost a lot of ground.
He's got Twoon right on his tail now.
And we're riding along here with Lando. We're just watching Lando.
Right on his tail. And it's kind of interesting right at the moment because you have Happy passing Jinx. Now you have Twoon passing Jinx.
So I think the best bet for these guys to make an adjustment would be to make the right front tire pressures maybe a little bit harder, go up maybe a half a pound, go down about a half a pound on the right rear, and maybe a couple ticks up on the wedge. That might correct the loose setting that these guys, or loose feeling that these guys have coming out of the corner.
Yes.
It might feel tighter in the short run, but it'll definitely feel better in the long run.
So it looks like we got about 6 laps here left in stage 1, depending if Silence is on the lead lap. And I believe he is. I think Lando's gotten held up in this traffic. That is something we have not talked about. The traffic here is...
That's very easy to happen here at Martinsville.
Yes.
The groove is just so narrow. Guys just trying to race their line. The leaders trying to get their best laps as possible, trying to get through this field.
We got Hollywood working on Silence right here. Hollywood is trying to get around Silence. We're going to come back here and watch this battle. He might have it. Nope. Woo!
And aren't they behind the 32 of Dark Knight?
Yes, I believe Dark Knight could be running in... That could be second place.
Oh, who's into the wall? That is Silence. Got into the inside wall as he oversteered coming out.
He did. Boom. I just seen it on the delay of the stream for him. So Hollywood's around him. Okay, and we're down here to just a few laps left here in stage 1.
It'd be nice to know who's finishing where at the end of the stage, because
we will.
boy,
We'll
with
get an
all
update.
these passing and all these lapping of people, it's gotten kind of a...
Hollywood into the wall in the backstretch.
And
on the inside
Silence
wall.
takes the inside on him and is coming up on KSJ's bumper.
So I think these guys...
I don't know what happened to Jinx, guys, but he's fallen back 6 spots at least.
He is dropping like a rock.
I spoke to Jinx yesterday, and, you know, Martinsville, I'm just going to say Martinsville is not a strong track for him. So, we will see.
KSJ off the infield grass in the candy cane.
I believe he is a lap car. KSJ is a lap car, and so is Jinx. I believe Jinx is not running up front like that.
Lando's out of
last lap. There it is.
I thought that was the last lap.
Lando's out of fuel, I think.
Yep.
No, I think that was the last lap. I think
it was. That is a caution. So Silence got fourth. Dark. So Twoon won the stage. Happy second. Dark third. And that is the end of stage 1, gentlemen.
Oh, so Lando did actually run out of fuel.
He did. Lando did not win that stage. It looked like Lando finished 5th in that stage.
Wow.
So, dominating stage by Lando, but he could not get the checkered flag. So we have 250 laps here tonight.
I can tell you this. I talked to Lando yesterday, and we were talking about his setup here. And he said it's really fast, and he can do some real fast lap times. But he's about 4 to 5 laps short on fuel compared to everybody else because of his gearing.
Oh,
so that obviously took into effect right there. And,
you know, funny story about that. I was also running a 3-4 gearing, trying to kind of mimic what the Cup Series do in the next gen cars. Shift into a lower gear going through the corners.
So we got Happy, Twoon, Death,
coming out of the corners.
and then Be New.
Then you got Lando, who's already passed a couple of cars and who's working hard on Silence. Looks like KSJ. No, that's a Dark Knight behind him in the 32.
I'm telling you, Happy is running some pretty lines right now on this restart.
Lando just took out Be New. Didn't take him out, but did the bump and run on him. I don't know if he can get by him. Doesn't look like he made it by. Now he's doing the bump and run on Silence.
Well, Lando is just so much
to poke him by.
Lando is just so much faster and able to get into the corner so much deeper than these other two guys.
Got into the side of Lando.
You know, it is still a little early to be doing a bump and run now.
But this is short track racing.
It is.
You're going to be door handle to door handle. You're going to be bumper to bumper. Things are going to be happening. Just what the important part is when you get touched or when you get pushed a little, that you hold on.
Dark Knight gives the 34 a little bump there. Hollywood comes up.
But guys, there's got to be a certain line in how far you're willing to push someone and call it clean. Otherwise, you're just racing dirty. I know that Lando is trying his best to make sure that he's securing himself in a position. And Hollywood
11 of Hollywood really just gave the 32 a bump into that corner.
Well, you know, another thing about this track, let's be serious, okay?
High.
Let me tell you about this track, which is probably a very important thing to know why we're looking at people bumping people around and doing what they're doing. The thing about Martinsville is not everybody has the same braking area. Not everybody has the same gas on area to get around the corner. Some people release off the gas and then hit the brake and go into the corner. Some people charge the corner and hit the brake right when they get into it. Most gas out after they're halfway around. But what that means is, as these guys are racing and you're trying to figure out where the braking pattern is for the guys in front of you, sometimes you just can't do it. Sometimes it's just too late. You realize what they're doing, that you actually brake farther in. So that could be a little bit of it at that point.
Well, Biker, why don't you take us, or find someone, take us a lap around and point out where your braking points are, and I'll do the same for mine as well.
Okay. I can tell you that going into turn 1, you would let off at the black stripe on the inside wall, and you would hit the brakes at the red stripe, and then you would let off the brakes as soon as you got to the concrete.
Guys, we got a lot of argy-bargy going on between the 11 and the 32. Dark Knight and Hollywood were really getting into it. It looked like Dark Knight came right up into Hollywood, right on the straightaway, and Hollywood just sort of shoved it right back down in the inside wall.
Shady Acres, remember, guys, have different break points also, guys. Yes.
I'm sorry, Biker, I interrupted you for
that's perfect. Hey, man, we're in here having fun. That's perfectly fine. Now, when you're going into 3 and 4, you're going to look for that black mark on the wall, on the outside wall,
yes.
And you're going to release your gas there, and you're going to hit your brake at the red mark, and let off as soon as you get to the concrete. Let your car coast around to the mid-center point of 1 and 2 and or 3 and 4, and then gas it out. Now, what the problem is with some of these guys' setups, they have to go around a little bit farther than the halfway point before they can gas out. So you're going to get somebody bumping in somebody again. I mean, everybody's got to remember, not everybody in this race is running the same exact setup and the same exact gearing. So going in and coming out is going to be different for most of them. And you just got to figure that out, or else you're going to have a beat-up car, and you might put somebody into a wall, or they might put you into the inside wall.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, absolutely.
Dark and Hollywood.
I have noticed that my braking points are very, very, very much different from yours, Biker. I'm not sure if that's more my driving style or more my setup, but I'm riding along with Hollywood, and as I would be going to the entrance of turn 1, the place where I would be braking, I would be standing on the brakes right at that blue marker, the blue emu marker on the inside of the pit wall there, and then driving it right into the corner as Hollywood lets Dark Knight around.
I lift so early here.
That's the difference, because a lot of guys I talk to lift like I do before they brake, and a lot of guys charge the corner and brake hard like what King Canute's talking about.
Yes. I think the easiest way around this track is to lift until you get to about, 30%
we have a caution.
through
we
the
have
corner.
A caution.
And
then
looks like King Kyle
brake.
involved there on the backstretch.
Yeah, we were watching Dark Knight and Hollywood. There was some, a little bit of battle going on there. So we got Shady. Biker is dead on. Right. Well said, Biker. With that.
Well, man, the best part about this track right now is that I'm watching these guys and I'm not in the race.
Yeah.
No, because the thing is that these cars are a lot harder to handle. A lot of more things can go wrong. And, man, you don't know how... I've been in the Cup Series. I love the Cup Series, but I'm telling you what, I'm digging the Xfinity Series. And, man, I don't know a driver out here that does not want to be driving trucks here tomorrow night. Because they're some fun.
Ooh,
great
Death
fun.
on the outside. Happy holds on to it on the inside.
Happy holds on to it. Death on the outside. Twone behind him. Lando and Silence behind him. And it is the 34 of Crimson behind them with the 48 of Titanic Joe. And that's the first few, everybody, that's up here in the front.
You would think that even as teammates, you would race them a little bit cleaner than you would anyone else. But I watched a couple guys earlier in the race, Binu, Stu, and Hollywood. They were getting into it a little bit, probably incidental contact. But Lando, he's trying to get up there as best as he can, getting around his teammate.
Lando up. And
he tried.
Talking about that, I have talked to a couple of teams, people in a couple of teams. I'm not going to tell you which team.
Woody is out of the race. Woody is lagged out of the race. He is not moving in the pits.
Wow. Well,
just cycling through.
There's another casualty.
So
Yeah.
we're going to
Anyway,
ride
what I
along
was
with
gonna say
Crimson
is,
here.
I've talked to gentlemen in a couple of teams the last couple of days, and they're saying, we've been teammates all year long. We've helped each other all year long. But this is the playoffs, and the team thing is kind of in their back pocket. They're not kind of worried about the team thing right now. They're worried about getting out of the round of 12 and getting into the round of 8. And if they have to beat a teammate to do it, they're not going to hesitate. They're going to do it.
I don't blame them whatsoever. I mean, there's a championship on the line at this point. So you got to do what you have to do. Darrell Walter puts it best. Co-opetition. Even at this point, with teammates, you kind of have to work together to better yourself. And sometimes one person gets the short end of the stick while the other just, goes on and gets the best race he can possibly have.
It is,
Even if that means a win.
So, am I looking at this right? We have Death Before Dishonor in first, with Happy in second, and Twoon in third.
Yes.
That would be correct.
Yes. Death has been running kind of that high side to get around people.
Boy, you know what? I don't know why, but I really like Twoon's Kelly Blue Book number 9.
Dude, that's a nice
scheme. I just like it. It looks great out there. And those three are moving away from, who is that right behind him? Is that Lando?
But he's going to gain back on him really quick. I can promise you that.
Yes,
yeah, Lando has good
gained
exit.
Back on him.
Beautiful exit Lando has.
One thing that was talked about a lot last night with those candy canes, or turtles, or that huge curving down in the inside.
Oh yeah, we call them candy canes. And you touch that, and you know what?
Yeah, if you touch that, you could be in trouble or not.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you something. Last night, don't ask me how I did it. I got shoved into the beginning of the corner. Both my left tires hooked the inside of the candy cane, and I actually ran the whole corner hooked on the candy cane and came out fine.
Huh, funny you mentioned that. In Gran Turismo 7, you can straddle curbs going through corners, and you won't get penalized for it. It actually makes your lap a lot faster than you would not running on the
different
curb.
Physics. Different physics in the racing. I wish NASCAR wouldn't, but a NASCAR does not handle like an Audi Quattro, souped up, or an R34 Nissan Skyline. It does not handle the same.
I can't believe you and I are on the same brainwave as far as which cars we were thinking of there.
Yes.
Hey,
I like Porsches. Go ahead, Biker.
Cool. I just wanted to tell you, in my thoughts and looking how everything's going, and seeing that Visceral and Woody are done for the night, I just want to say, they're not in the playoffs. Okay? So this really isn't killing their chances for much of anything.
Yes.
Except they do have a secondary reward for the driver who gets the highest points who didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, so, we haven't talked about that at all.
They're missing
tonight.
on that. Yeah, well, let's talk about it briefly. What HRDS has decided to do this year is give an incentive to all the racers that don't make the round of 12 and then don't make the round of 8. That they're all starting even in points, and the guys that don't get in the finals at the end, they're all going to be racing for a secondary, maybe not trophy, certificate, accolade, or whatever, but they're not out there racing just to be racing. There is something to be gotten besides respect. And talking about respect, I would like to go back to the Xfinity race last night and tell you about a guy that deserves a lot of respect, and I was very impressed last night. And his name is Collins, and he got door banged, bumped, this and that through the first 20 laps of a 250 lap race. Probably by the 40th lap of that race, he was 3-4 laps down and ended up getting 7 laps down. He had no chance for nothing. but I want to tell you, he hooked it. He stayed in there. He had fortitude, and he finished that race on a good note. And I was just really impressed with Collins last night. It was just amazing to me.
I agree there, Biker. And one thing of note with Collins, remember last year he ran in the Cup Series. He took over after who was it that left? That was it Darrell? Yeah, it was Darrell who was driving in the 48 machine before Collins took over it. But yeah, Collins was slow enough to be considered on par with the Rick Ware racing machines, and this year he's doing so much better in the Xfinity series. I'm not sure if he's just getting better setups or if he's just become a better setup builder, but he's built a lot of speed, and I can't wait to see what he does next season.
I can tell you this, Canute, my man. You know what I can tell you?
What's that?
There are so many good drivers in this league at all levels, especially Xfinity and Cup. There are so many good quality drivers that I don't care who you are and how much you know, everybody is having a learning experience. Everybody is becoming a better quality racer in this league than for those that started in season 1. Or maybe those that just jumped in season 2.
Thank you, Yeti, for joining, buddy.
So many guys.
I can say that for myself as well there, Biker, because back in NASCAR 14 and 15, I was running well over a second off the pace of the fastest guys in the league.
Oh, who's that on the inside wall of turn 2? They got the candy, and they got stuck for a minute.
It looks like Twoon is lagged out of this race, too.
Oh, no.
Twoon is out.
Yep.
Twoon is out of the race.
Pyle coming in. Pyle looked like his car was actually flipping around, like he was lagging. I hope he's not out of the race. This race is taking a toll on a few of these Cup cars, it looks like.
So it looks like we have Death winning this race with Happy in second. And we'll get a third place car here. We'll figure out who's behind him. Let me cycle through. Who's then in that red car?
Actually, Happy is leading with Death in second. That's KSJ up ahead of Happy.
Okay. So yes, there it is. So Happy is taking over the lead here.
So it's Happy, Death, Lando,
and Lando, I don't know who's in fourth, but Hollywood's in fifth. Titanic, sixth. Silent, seventh. Be-New, 8th. And Crimson, 9th right now.
And Pyle's now coming out of the pits.
Okay.
Pyle's coming out onto the back stretch here right now.
Yep.
He had to go in and fix some things, I'm sure.
Yep.
Well,
don't forget we are on lap here of 50 of 62 in stage 2.
Don't forget that these guys.
Something going on with Pyle. Something going on with him. He's not racing like the other guys. He's real slow, or he was really cautious.
Well, I believe he's trying to let all the lead lap cars back around him so that he's not impeding them racing, and letting the pit stops come around.
Because he rode around the whole grass infield after pit row right there.
Don't forget he's also not in the playoffs either, so he's not going to try as hard.
Ooh.
Especially now that 2 out of his 4 competitors for the secondary prize, whatever that may be.
Yeah, the only one left in that competition is Jinx.
Yes,
so it shows you just how amazing this league has came, where both the owners of this league did not make the round of 12.
And Jinx is completely all right with that, too. Jinx is completely all right with missing the championship.
You know what the thing is? You have to be completely all right, because that just shows you how improved this series has become.
Mm-hmm. Yes. We're starting to get from top to bottom in Cup, they're all fast. But there are other guys that are just, got that superhuman,
Ooh.
racing ability.
We got silence on the outside of Lando and
I'm
Kyle
watching
right
it.
on Lando's tail. We'll see what happens there.
And King Pile has fresh tires.
He has fresh tires, and I'm telling you, he had some fast old lap times. He had like an 18.9 lap fast lap too. So, and they both got by Lando. I think Lando's decided that since his gearing has cost him a few laps of gas, that he just got to slow down a little bit. He's got to be able to get as good a gas run as the rest of these guys.
Another possibility is that he could have over-adjusted or made a wrong adjustment, and his car might be getting very, very loose as he gets up over the candy canes in turn 2.
I've seen that.
I know Lando. And Lando usually, when he finds a good setup, he doesn't touch it during the race.
He doesn't do a thing to his setup.
So
very rarely.
He just runs it, from start to finish. There may be like a little bit of adjustment, maybe a tire pressure, just because the track does change. So they're trying to get there. But Lando, or King Pile, is starting to pull away from Silence, but he does got those fresher tires. Silence is running in 5th right now. So, and we are on lap 62, or 60 of 62 here. So we're back up here to Happy, so that is lap 61 there. So we should have 2 more laps to go here in stage 2 of Hammerdown Racing Series. And please,
Titanic Joe was able to get around Lando there.
Ooh. Please watch, like, and subscribe to Hammerdown Racing Series. Join our
Facebook. To go in this stage.
I'm riding with Happy, so we'll see what happens here. He's there in 3 and 4.
He's got a pretty good lead too.
He does.
And gentlemen, at this point in time, I am trying to go back in the shops behind the pits. And I'm going to try to talk to Visceral and Woody
and ask
them exactly what happened. I'll be back in just a few minutes.
Copy.
All right.
So we had Happy winning that stage. Visceral was, Silence was 5th, Hollywood 4th, Death 2nd, or Death 3rd. We don't know who finished.
I believe
was it
Death
Lando?
was 2nd. Death. It was. Well, maybe Dark Knight
Lando was
got
7th.
2nd. Okay.
Yep, I'm looking right now on my thing. So it looks like, I think you are right. That Dark Wing, or Dark Knight finished 2nd there, or Death Before Dishonor.
Every time we bring that up to him, he gets such a chuckle out of it too. It's hilarious.
I know. It's one of those great cartoons from my childhood.
Yeah, I watched it too. I've been jonesing to go back and rewatch it just for nostalgia's sake. But anyway, as we get ready to go back racing here, it looks like it is Dark Knight up front.
The 34.
There? Oh, no,
the 34.
Oh, that was Crimson. He didn't pit.
Yep, and he took down low.
So Happy starting up on the outside leads them now with Dark Knight in 2nd, Death Before Dishonor 3rd, and Hollywood back up into the 4th. Yes, Hollywood charging it in down on the inside of Death. Still side by side off of 4.
Okay, and this is the start of stage.
Oh, Lando.
So we have 116 laps here, roughly, for this stage.
Yeah, that's a long stage.
It is. We are on 135 of 250 right now. Here in Hammerdown Racing Series. Please watch, like, and subscribe on YouTube.
We got a lot of contact going on. A lot of contact going on early in this final stage as the Death Before Dishonor is dropping like a rock right now.
He was trying to get on that outside there of Happy.
The 48 of Titanic Joe got into him a little bit, as well as the 24, the 11. A lot of contact going on early in the stage, just like what happened last night in the Xfinity Series race.
We're going to drop back here. We're going to watch Titanic here. He's right in the middle of things. He's right behind Hollywood. And it looks like we got Death and Silence behind him battling. And then we got that M&M car. That is Trav Nation in that M&M machine.
Benu Stu up on the outside of him, his Joe Gibbs teammate. And I know that Benu likes to race for that championship, but Benu by far is one of the, in my opinion, one of the cleanest drivers in Hammerdown right now. Like he,
Yes.
I
Oh,
would
we have
say
someone
he's
on the
probably,
inside.
Oh, that's Crimson.
Crimson on the
wrecked
inside
on the
there.
front stretch there.
Okay.
Oh,
I didn't
Jinx
see the
got
car.
up into the Travis. Jinx made contact with the 18 car of Travis.
There's Woody. He's out of the race. We got KSJ battling. They're too wide here. Travis, Jinx, KSJ, and then King Pile. Well, switch that around. King Pile, now KSJ. KSJ's going underneath the King Pile here. And it looks like he's going to make the pass. King Pile comes on the outside. King Pile's holding that outside line there. There's a little bit of rubbing there. Short track racing.
I see that, and you gotta wonder how much can you take before you get frustrated and say, all right, no more, I gotta get away from this guy.
Yep, KSJ tagged the wall. He's gonna let King Pile go underneath there. The Forest car is gonna just slide back into place there. And it looks like Travis has got ahead of Jinx there.
So with a maximum of 47 laps of fuel estimated that you can use during this fuel run, you are guaranteed to have to make 2 pit stops.
Ooh, Lando just made a pass for second place. Kind of squeezed Dark Knight up there.
Oh,
we have Happy
I'm
leading
back,
this.
guys.
So we have Happy, Lando, and then Dark Knight are our top 3 right now.
Yeah,
well,
a lot
guys,
more.
I just got through talking to the 2 gentlemen that are out of the race, and I can give you an update when I'm available to.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay, well, Woody has told me that he doesn't know what was with his car. He couldn't get any speed out of it. He didn't know what was going on with it, and he was getting frustrated, and he didn't want to be in anybody's way. And he said, man, I don't know if my transmission went out or what happened. He goes, but I'm not in the points race for the championship, and I don't want to screw anybody else up. So he just took himself out of the race.
That's probably a wise call. I understand completely.
And Visceral, kind of the same thing. You know, he was having some problems, got bumped around a little bit, and decided it's not just worth it. He actually got in front of the leader at one time, and he said, I just don't want to screw anybody up that's going for the championship. And he goes, if my car was better, I would have stayed, but it was just in terrible shape. These guys, you know, they practice during the week and they do these setups, and sometimes you get out there, and I know it's happened to me, your car just seems funny. It's not the car you were using all week. Something happened to it, and with a little bit you can do in the pit, you just can't straighten it out. So the best thing to do at this point, you're not in the points race, just get out of the race and let these other guys battle it out.
You know, one thing I wish these game developers would do would be to make offline and online racing, or at least the field between the two, similar. Have some consistency so where you are setting your car up and you don't have to worry about a thing. I believe that would make the racing so much better, so much more competitive, and so much cleaner in the long run.
I agree.
And you're absolutely right. And the change that they made between NASCAR Heat 4 and Heat 5, which I was looking for, was they gave you something else besides a test session to build and check your car out in. They give you the Race Now session, and you can go in there and build your car and actually, you know, run, practice, and even a race with the AIs. And man, at first when I started doing that, I thought, oh man, they fixed it. You know, everything's going to be the same. and then after a while you find out, well, no, they didn't fix it,
Yeah.
and it's not the same. You can have a great car on the test now or the race now, but you need to get in races and race with people and make adjustments on your car, you know, because you're not going to get the same car you had doing that.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, with the online and offline. You know, there is a difference.
Pile lost power. So that leaves 12 drivers left in this race.
Okay.
Well, is it coinkydink that all the drivers that are out are not in the points chase?
So I thought Twin was in the points.
Oh,
Yes.
Twin's out. I forgot about Twin.
Yes.
Oh
Mr.
man,
Twin is
Twin's
out,
out. I was going
Yep.
to do interviews, and I kind of missed that. Oh man.
Well, we will see. We're riding along here with Hollywood, and it looks like he's right behind Silence, running in 6th place right now. I'm going to get back up here to these leaders.
So how many drivers did we have to start tonight? Did we have the full field of 16?
16, yes.
Yes.
So now we're down to a field of 12 with only one non-contender, and that would be Pyle.
That's right.
Well, Pyle lost power. It wouldn't be Pyle. It'd be Jinx.
Yep.
It'd be Jinx.
Ooh, and it looks like, who is that? KSJ is out front of Happy, but it looks like Happy is walking away from this field right
Yes,
now.
he has walked away.
Yes.
You know, Happy with his setup so far this year, he has become so much better of a racer, so much more dominant, so much more Kyle Larson-like, I dare say.
Well, Happy's always been like that. It's just, I think, getting into a comfort zone and getting into a rhythm.
Well,
Circumstantial.
I'll tell you about, man, Happy, we all know. Excellent racer, always has great setups. He's fast, but he never exploits his abilities. You know what I mean? He'll start at a race and he'll hang around for a while, and he'll hang around, and he'll hang around, and he'll hang around, and then the next thing you know, this guy that was hanging around, all of a sudden now there's been some pits and some stage endings and this and that, and he's out front, and he's really out front.
Yes, yes. Happy is one of our probably overall fundamentally best drivers.
Well,
Yeah.
don't forget,
Yes.
we almost lost Happy at the end of last season. And what I mean lost is that he almost left the league completely. Didn't want anything to do with it. So.
We're not going to discuss that. There were some
No.
other underlying things that went with that.
Exactly. So
and,
we can get away from that right
but
now.
but happy is here, and Happy is happy.
And we
So-
are happy to have Happy.
Yes, and Happy
We are
won last
happy that
week,
Happy
and
is
he
happy.
wants to lock himself into the playoffs here, into the round of 8. So,
Well, with the speed that he's got right
You
now,
know.
I dare say that he is pretty much locked in, unless something happens under
somebody's
pits.
to the inside wall. I
That
think
was
that was
KSJ.
KSJ.
Yep.
Yeah, KSJ in the bush.
He was right behind.
car.
Yep. He was right behind Happy, I believe. Happy got around him, and Happy's coming up here to another lap car.
You kidding me, Panda? Right now, there's no such thing as right behind Happy. Happy's got.
For all these Travis fans, you have Travis, Titanic Joe, and I believe it is the number 19 of
Silence.
BS2.
Yep, that's
They
right.
are racing for it right now. I don't know
Silence
what position
just
they're
made a
racing
move
for,
underneath of
but
Lando.
They're racing for it.
And it looks like, so we have Happy, Dark Knight, Silence, and then Lando are our top 4 right now. And I'm telling you, they're running about 19.8 right now. About 19.6, 19.9, somewhere in between there.
And that's about the speeds that we were running normally, or as fast as we could go, as far as the midfield was concerned for the Xfinity Series last year. So it just goes to show how much faster these Cup Series cars are.
Oh, these Cup cars are so fast. There's so
And I'll
much
tell
tuning.
you, right now, it looks like Titanic Joe has moved on Travis and B-New a little bit.
Okay, we got Silence coming underneath KSJ there. We're going to switch down here. We're going to go back here to Travis. And Travis is trying to make a move on the inside.
Silence is right behind the 32 of Dark Knight, and he's almost lost it to the inside wall, and has lost it at the start-finish line, and is rubbing the inside wall as you have Lando going by
Silence
him.
is loose. That
Jinx
could
was
be a
up on the
caution.
wall too.
And you have Death is right on Silence's rear bumper now.
No caution. No caution with that.
Oh, and Silence into the outside wall coming out of turn 4.
Ooh, it looks like Silence has no tires left right now.
I think he might have got a little bit of help there with a tiny bump, but it was a very tiny bump.
Okay, so we still got Happy leading this, and he is
Silence
he's
cannot
one
hold his car
backstretch.
straight. He cannot hold his car straight. He's having a real hard time right now.
Is it Silence or Jinx?
And you got B New.
Silence.
Oh,
Silence
Jinx is into
6.
the inside wall too, wasn't he?
No, Jinx. I'm riding along with Jinx.
Oh,
He just got passed
that was
by
Dark
Death.
Knight. That was Dark Knight that got into the inside wall.
Okay, yep, I'm riding along here with Dark Knight right now. Watching him. Watching his lines right now.
Well,
And
I'm
this
doing nothing.
Ooh.
Believe it or not, I'm watching the start-finish line period. Silence almost got the inside wall again. I'm watching everybody come out. Somebody just went into the pits. Is that Hollywood?
JSJ gets loose.
That just went into the pits. And here
That
comes
could
Travis. Travis has passed Titanic Joe.
be. There's Crimson. Ooh,
Yes,
we
that
do
is
got
Hollywood
38.
in the pits.
38 of Jinx is headed into the pits.
What's funny, gentlemen, is I have it on Woody, and they gave me a straight shot down the front stretch at the start-finish line. I can see everybody coming out of 4 and just racing hard. All right, isn't that Lando with Death right on him right there, it looks like? Then
Yes,
Silence.
that is correct.
Then KSJ. Then the 32. Yeah. Pretty interesting view I have. But I'm going to change it.
Death taking a peek to the outside, now back to the inside, heading into
Yes,
turn
he is.
1.
We'll see what happens here.
Lando got caught playing chicken. As
Is
now Death
Death
before
gonna
the
get
Sonics on
by
the
him?
inside.
They're nose to nose. Going into the next turn.
Well, don't forget, this is the point in the run where your tires are just so worn that you're just trying to
Lando
hang
just got in
on.
the back of Death. Or
You're
Death
trying to
got in
hang
the
on to
front
the
of
end of that.
Lando. And here comes Silence into the mix as Death gets onto the grass and the candy cane.
Man, I struggled with those candy canes so much in turns 1
Looks
and 2
like
during
Silence
practice
is going to
week.
get Death here. He has passed Death. Now he's working on Lando.
Okay.
Oh, he gets a little inside. This is just
Death into the wall.
is into the inside wall.
And it looks like Hollywood's going to take that outside line outside of him.
Lando
It looks
taking
like
a peek back to
Silence-
the inside.
Silence past Lando, but Lando's making the move on the inside. You're absolutely correct. And here comes Hollywood in the mix.
Don't forget, Hollywood has those 4 fresh tires, so he's going to be so much faster as Lando's pitting.
Yes, he is.
And don't
I think
forget,
that's
guys,
a smart move.
pit speed limit around this track is 30 miles an hour, so you have to slow
Yeah.
down to 35, 34.
Try to slow down from
999.
like 125 to 30 in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that's one thing I wanted to practice throughout this entire week was where can I brake to get that perfect pit entry? And oftentimes I was either entering the pits right at like 25 miles an hour or I was entering the pits at 45 miles an hour. There was no in between.
Silence is still coming out of both these turns loose and heading towards the inside wall a little bit. More out of 4 than 2.
Binu and Travis are in the pits now as they crawl along this racetrack at 30 miles an hour. And trust me, it's crawling when you're going 120 all the way down at 70 miles an hour.
Oh,
going through
you
the
can't,
corners.
you know, for these guys, they probably can't even tell they're moving when they're in the pits.
Right.
It seems like a dead stop.
Yeah, it's almost as bad as Dover, where the pit speed limit is 35 miles an hour. I mean, you're doing 145, 150 miles an hour going through the corners, 170 miles an hour going down the end of the straightaway there. It's like you've become a snail, and you're just driving through muck. So anyway, our leader should still be... Has the 41 of Death pitted yet? I don't think he has. Yeah, I'm not sure that Death has pitted yet. He's well off the pace of the 24 and the 19 machines here.
So it looks like, no, yeah, Death is in the lead.
Oh, no, he's pitting. Death is pitting.
So Silence is running second right now. Well, Dark is our leader. So we are on lap 185 of 250 here.
185 of
Silence
250.
is getting himself into the pits right now.
I may be off a lap or two because I am watching Silence's stream, but it says Silence is in the pits now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like we got 65 laps remaining here, gentlemen.
Now you got Crimson and KSJ might get together, start racing hard.
Yep.
You got Jinx with Hollywood right on his tail. Oh boy, that was close.
Biker, I have a quick question for you. At this point in this race, with 60 laps to go, 47 laps before you run out of fuel, do you short pit and risk there not being a caution, or do you let it go as far as you can and try and stay on the lead lap as best as you can?
You know, even though these guys are racing each other when they catch somebody or whatever, I think the odds of another caution are pretty slim. I think the only way it's going to happen is if people outrun their tires.
So
I think if there's a few drivers that outrun their tires and get together, there could be a caution. Otherwise, I doubt if there's going to be another caution in this race. So if you're short pitting thinking of caution, I don't know if that'd be a good idea.
So
if
Hollywood is now a leader.
Has been running closer together and cars and things more equal through most of the race, I'd think that'd be a good strategy. At this point in time, if I had the fuel, I would work my car and make sure I got within my fuel limit or whatever you want to call it, to make it to the end of the race not expecting a yellow. That's just my opinion.
And do you dare risk taking 2 tires if you short pit? 2 tires and a splash of gas?
No,
man, you know what? I would take 2 tires and gas if I only had 12 to 15 laps left to go, maybe. And I understand you're saying if they short pit and then they have to go back in another time.
Yeah.
Take the splash and 2 tires. You know, hey, it's just a strategy. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. All the strategies that they use, I mean, I could not know what the hell I'm talking about, and somebody could short pit, and the next thing you know, boom, there's a caution.
Well, the best part about this broadcast,
there's not going to be one.
The best part about this broadcast, it's your opinion, your point of view, what you would do. What I would do, I would honestly, the way that I approach short tracks is I want to stay out as long as I possibly can. Stay out as long as I can, stay on the lead lap as much as I can, just in case, in the slim chance that the caution does come out. That way, when it comes down to it, it comes down to fresh tires and whose car handles the best.
Exactly. And the best thing that could happen to you here, let's say if you're 1 lap down, but you need to go in the pits, what's the best thing that could happen to you? You go into the pits, and as you're in there, boom, there's a yellow. And when you come out, you get that lap back and get to restart on the lead lap.
And you don't have to pit again.
I was going to say, that's assuming that you only go 1 lap down and not 2.
Exactly.
So it looks like we have Hollywood leading this race, Lando second, and I'm happy third. And then fourth is Silence. But Hollywood has about a straightaway, well, Silence has about a straightaway lead on Hollywood, not to be lapped. So
Okay.
yeah,
So does
so
that
Hollywood
tell
is our
us-
leader. So yes,
And
Hollywood's flying
he's
right
been in
now.
the pits.
Yeah.
He's our leader that's been in the pits. I
Yes.
don't think Silence has been in the pits yet.
I don't think so, but I don't know
I
if
haven't-
staying out
No, Silence
this
did
long.
pit.
He did pit. You know what?
Okay.
He did pit. That's right.
And
You know-
and don't forget Hollywood pitted before everybody else did.
Yes.
Okay.
So
yes.
he might be playing the opposite game from what we were talking about before. Short pit that first run and then run out the fuel for the second run and then see where you end up at the end of the race.
True that.
Yes.
And now we have a little bit of a race with Death on Titanic Joe's rear end, trying to get by him, and it looks like he's going to successfully get by him. And he did.
Looks like we
We'll
got
get
another
back.
car in the pits.
There's Happy. I'm trying to get a view on, man, Happy.
Crimson's in the
Okay.
pits.
So we'll get a view here of where Happy is compared to Hollywood right now. Hollywood is our leader in that 11 machine. Is he running that FedEx style tonight? I think he is. Yep.
Yeah.
That FedEx scheme. Okay.
Well, the 11 only has
Ooh,
the FedEx
the-
scheme.
The 11 is going on the outside of Titanic Joe. Titanic Joe just gives him a lane. Ooh! And Titanic goes in there. But, oh, that was racing. That was racing there.
I don't
Hollywood
think
took
Titanic
that high
meant to do
side.
that.
You know?
I don't think Titanic meant to do that. He just
Yeah.
wanted to stay right with Hollywood and just outbroke himself and got
He-
right into
yeah,
the 11.
Yeah, he did. You know, I'm not saying he drove it into that corner, but he was probably running his line at that moment. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and Hollywood came up so fast. You know, that is something. Those rear view mirrors. You know, but
And don't forget, what we are seeing is really different from what these guys are actually experiencing in the middle of the race. There is a little bit of choppiness with the picture that we get simply because of the views. As Hollywood had to duck down on the inside, he must have gotten loose off the corner
Dude.
there in turn 2.
I'm watching
Lando's there
Dark
to
Knight
capitalize.
right now. Dark Knight in this 32 machine, he is probably running the best line for laps right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
Lando
should
was
watch
down on the
Happy
inside of
because
Hollywood.
I've been
Who?
watching Happy, and Happy's just as smooth as glass
Yes.
around these corners right now.
And Happy is trying to catch Hollywood. So now we have Lando. Lando is now our new leader.
That's right.
Okay. So we'll get up here. What
And he's
happened?
got Hollywood right on his butt,
Okay.
doesn't he?
Yeah, he did. He does. Okay. We're watching a back view here from Sleepy Lando. And it looks like, who is that in the back of him? Is that the 88 machine? No.
That's the 32.
The
Yeah,
32.
Dark Knight.
Okay. So, yes. So, third place is still Happy. And then fourth is Silence. So, everyone else in the mix of those top 4 cars
Oh, Dark
are...
Knight is a lap down.
He is.
Huh.
He is. I
That's what
just figured
thought.
that out.
And now
Yeah.
Happy has caught Travis, and he's going under him coming out of turn 2, I believe it is. Maybe that was turn 4.
Lando and
now
Hollywood are
he's
going
on
all
Titanic
out.
Joe's rear end.
We're down to
Happy
43
is just
laps.
busting a move right now, and now he's by Titanic Joe. Happy just
Okay.
passed 2 cars in 1
Ooh,
lap.
KSJ into the
Titanic.
wall.
Titanic has to be a lap down.
I believe Titanic is a lap down. They may be multiple lap downs, but there are groups of people that are multiple laps down. 1 lap down, 2 laps down, 3 laps down. So they're all fighting for that position to get back onto that lead lap with that wave around if they can get it. So
You know,
Yeti,
Martinsville-
Okay,
Yeti,
so somehow
we
I
have
didn't see how did Hollywood get so far in front of Lando with Dark Knight in between.
Lando hit the wall. I think
Oh,
Lando got
okay.
super loose. That would be my assumption. I didn't see
Okay,
it, but I know
Knight's
Lando
got
is
under Hollywood, so Knight has passed both of them.
so anxious. We have Hollywood leading this. I believe Lando second and Happy third right now. I'm watching this battle between Titanic and
Hollywood's pitting.
Woo! Hollywood is
Jinx
in the
is
pits.
pitting, Hollywood is pitting.
And that leaves 39 laps left. 39, 37, roughly.
There you go. So
Yeah, if
they're
you're going to do a reverse,
no problem.
if you're going to do a road course style pit stop or pit strategy, this would be the time to do it. You got that fine line between a little bit of extra fuel to get you to the end, plus you got the fresher tires. And honestly, I think that Hollywood strategy is the strategy to beat right now.
It is. I would much rather have fresher tires than like a bunch of fuel.
At the end of the race, you mean?
You know, yes. I mean, I would definitely like to have the fresher tires and maybe have to stretch gas than not have the tires. Tires are important here.
Well,
So-
you know, funny you mentioned that, Panda, because even in NASCAR stock cars, when you have less fuel, that makes the car lighter. When the car is lighter, you go faster, especially around the corners.
Yes,
So
but
that's
if
something
you
that-
have worn tires, lighter is going to make you so much looser.
Yep, that's right. But with the fresh tires, again, fresher
Yes.
tires are better no matter what
Yes.
situation.
I
you're
would
in.
take the gamble. If I was in this, I would take the gamble with maybe, when you pit and it says like 3 or 4 laps, you're not going to make it. I would much rather take that gamble than gamble on worn tires.
Lando
any
and
day.
Travis are now in the pits.
But that is my opinion. Lando is, so we're cycling out. So now Happy is our leader right now. Happy is not pitting. And we have Silence in second.
Guys, I'm
So-
going to cycle around to Hollywood and ride with him
Well,
and see where he
Hollywood's
comes
right,
out.
Hollywood's
in front
right
of
between 'em.
Silence.
Yeah, Hollywood's right between them right now. There's another car there too.
Was that Crimson, the 34?
It could be. I
It
can't get a
is.
view. I can't get a view on the
Oh,
stream
it's
I'm
Jinx, the
watching.
38.
Wow,
Jinx,
look at
okay.
that gap that
Jinx, the
Hollywood
38,
has.
and Lando's coming out.
Hollywood has
Of
a
the pit.
massive gap on Lando. Like
Okay.
almost a full 2
Did
corners
Lando get a
on
speeding
Lando.
penalty? Possibly.
No.
No,
Okay,
I
okay.
think he's not as far out of him as you think he is. He's maybe about half a straightaway. Is that what you said? Then you're right.
Yeah, about half a straightaway. The main thing to think about here right now is who got into the pits better.
Oh,
Who had
Silence to
better
the
in-lap.
inside wall again.
Yep.
And Lando is by Silence.
Oh, Silence, buddy. He's getting real loose.
Yes, and he's almost into the wall again. He's barely holding on
But
to it. as
Silence
Jinx goes
Silence
past.
is our leader
Silence
right now.
into the pits. Silence is into the pits
Okay.
at this
Okay.
time.
So that's how far that stream is behind. Okay. So that will cycle out as is Hollywood now our leader or is it Lando? No, it's still Happy.
Oh, it's still Oh, yeah. Hollywood is
It's got to be
leading
Happy.
of those
I
that have
think
pitted.
so. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see here. But I'm riding along here with Hollywood right now. And thank you everyone that's watching this, that will watch this. This is broadcast by Hammerdown Racing Series on YouTube. Please watch, like, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Join our Facebook page, Hammerdown Racing Series. Join us on TikTok, HDRS Racing. And then Twitch, HDRS Racing Series. Is that what
Yep,
it is?
that's correct. That's
Okay.
correct, and I'm streaming
Yes.
on it right now.
Okay.
Stream.
Okay. Good deal. And please, Weekend Warrior Racing, we bring
Boy, Lando
we bring
is
them.
really pressing it, trying to catch Hollywood. So he's hitting
Yes, he is.
on
That-
the
you can
last two
see that
turns.
gap
He's
closing.
got a hold of the candy cane both times.
And guys, we are trying to get 250 views. That is
Death
where it's
Before
at.
Dishonor is also in the pits at this time.
So I'm watching my stream right now, and it looks like the 32 of Dark Knight is our leader. That is Dark Knight.
And Hollywood is
32.
behind him, probably
Okay.
a couple laps down.
Okay.
KSJ
No,
in
because
between.
remember, before all this took place, Dark Knight had barely got his lap back, got just right in front of the leaders. And I don't know what his pit status is, when he pitted, how he pitted, or whatever. But I know he got right in front of the leaders right before they pitted. A few laps.
Well, we'll stay right here
Hollywood
and see how
upon KSJ.
Ooh, KSJ on the wall.
KSJ to the inside. A lot of people are having problems. A lot of people are having problems coming out of 4 and going to the inside wall. That's kind of amazing.
Turn 2 as well. I'm wondering whether people have been working with their tire pressures and with their wedge adjustments, or whether people are even touching their setups and trying to make those adjustments. I mean, you run in the daytime, and there can be such a huge difference that you could make up for it. But at the nighttime, a small adjustment can make a lot of change.
You know, I'll tell you, if I was having the problems that they're having, and I was going to do anything with my tires, I would go up on my left front and down on my right rear.
Mm-hmm.
Stabilize that car out. Stop it from turning so hard.
Oh, Lando is right behind Hollywood now on the backstretch. Hollywood's going to give him the lane, looks like. Oh, but Lando gets in the wall, and Hollywood's got that run.
And they're right behind Dark Knight, and Dark Knight is right behind B New Stu. And B New's going into the pits.
Yep.
Dark Knight takes the inside on Lando, gives Lando a little door handle.
And Lando does it the hard way.
Hollywood's jumping in on the outside behind Lando. Lando clears Dark Knight, and Hollywood is on Dark's bumper. Coming out of 2. And now Hollywood's trying to take Dark on the outside, and he clears him.
Just goes to show the difference between fresh tires and old tires.
It sure does. There it is.
And these two guys have been on these fresher tires for probably, I'd say, a dozen laps.
Dark is into the pits. Dark is into the pits.
All right, then, so...
Now we have Crimson racing with Death and Titanic Joe. And Death and Titanic Joe went... Death and Crimson went by Titanic Joe fairly easily.
And we got
now the crowd is there. Oh, Crimson is into the inside wall. Hollywood's into Crimson.
Hollywood had no place to go as he got loose.
He sure did. Are we getting a yellow here or no?
If there would be a yellow, it would have been called by now.
We're not within. We should still have a manual. There was 2 cars involved.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens here. It looks like Lando's slowing down. Maybe not. Yeah, well, yeah, he's slowing down. They're slowing
Lando
down.
is slowing down.
This is going to be a manual.
So Lando is our leader with Hollywood, Happy, looks like Dark Knight, maybe? Nope, Dark Knight is the lap down.
No, Dark Knight's the lap down.
Silence
would be behind him.
Okay.
How many laps we got left, fellas?
I don't have the stream up. I've been relying on Panda's watchful eye.
Oh, yep. Sorry, there we go. So I think that's a caution.
Yeah.
At
we
lap
know
like
that.
234.
We just want to know how many laps are left.
So it looks like 235 right now on silence. So we're down to about 25 laps to go here,
15.
roughly, give or take.
15. It's a 250 lap race.
Oh, I thought it was 260. My bad. Sorry.
No.
So
It's
15.
good.
15.
It's all good. I can see we have all done our research this week.
I seen it was 250. I said it was 250, but I looked down and I thought it said 260, 25. But
it's all
okay.
good.
So we got 15, so about 12 laps to go here.
Ooh, they're all lined up single file here.
I think this is a manual. This could be a
manual.
manual.
Opened yet, so
they're going to go around one more time.
Yes.
And if anybody needs to go in the pits, they'll go in at that time. And when they come out, then they'll do a lane deciding, and then they'll go.
So, Biker, I'm going to pit. I'm going to pit, but not take any fuel. What are you doing?
If it depends on how long ago I pitted. If I just pitted like Silence did some 4 or 5 laps ago, I don't even know if I'd go into the pits.
Well, either way, we're gonna find out. Everyone
they're not
like
going to definitely not going to need any fuel. It's going to depend on whether they went tires. But I'll tell you something. In practice, this is what we all found out in Xfinity and Cup. When you get 20 miles into your run, that's when your car really comes in and really starts working well for you. Your car doesn't work as well on brand new fresh tires for the first 15 or 20 laps. It works better when you get to the 20. I know any fast lap I had came 20 to 25 laps into the run. It didn't come right at the beginning when I got back out on the track and was running a few laps.
So Lando is first out of the pits by a huge margin.
Yes, he is.
Silence, then Happy and Hollywood with that damage.
And it looks like they're going to choose lanes now.
No, we're going to wait until after the start-finish line to choose lanes.
Yes. Okay. So we'll get lined up here. We're going to take another lap.
So there you go with what happened to Happy? He kind of dug into the inside there.
I saw that.
So it looks like we got Lando
jumping on the outside.
Yep.
Is that Death right behind Hollywood?
It could be.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
It sure
with
is.
With Lando leading
Titanic
it and Sniper behind
him.
him. Or not Silence.
Guys,
sorry.
I'm going to look for this restart to be very, very physical because every position is going to count. This could mean the difference between making it to the round of 8 and not making it. No, this
You're
will make it.
absolutely correct.
For one person, this will make the difference between making it and not making it.
Okay, so we got Lando,
coming around,
Hollywood,
getting ready for the start.
Silence.
Let's see who jumps.
Death. Ooh, and Happy's right there in that
Here we go,
position.
here we go. And Lando just barely gets out in front of Hollywood. Silence into Hollywood, Death on Hollywood's tail. Happy with Dark Knight behind him.
Ooh, Death's dropping down to the inside there on that backstretch.
Into Hollywood. Happy behind Silence. It's
so it looks like we got 11 laps here. Ooh, it is. On Silence's stream, it looks like he's getting bounced around there a little bit.
But he is in second.
He is, and you guys cannot let Lando just have that clean air. Someone's got to get up there to him.
If they all just pitted and Lando's out in clean air like this, he should be able to go all the way to the finish line. Then.
Yes. Yeah, I was going to say nobody's got a chance at Lando at this point.
If there's only like 11 or 12 laps left, he'll take it if something doesn't happen. If something doesn't happen.
Yes. Yeah, Lando
the only thing I could see here is that I think Silence is going to get passed by Hollywood, by Happy, and by Death eventually. Maybe not right this minute. Hollywood has got him. Here comes Happy with Death right on his tail. And I think Silence being on the outside is going to hurt him a little bit there.
Happy needs a little bit more forward drive coming off that corner to be able to get around that number 6 machine. Death is probably getting a little bit of patience as well. Might use the chrome horn to get himself past this guy.
You never know, but I think if you use that before, 2 laps to go, you're pulling a Joey Logano, and they might not like that.
Yeah, that's a good point there, Biker. So Hollywood settles into second, Happy into third as he continues to give chase on the 11 machine. Looks like Dark Knight has moved up into fourth now? Or is that Death? No, that is Dark Knight. So Dark Knight is in fourth.
No, Death kind of lost it and went towards the inside wall and lost a couple positions, I think.
Yep. And looks like Death Before Dishonor and Silence are battling side by side. Silence now running in the 5th spot. Move Death back to 6th. So it's Toyota, Chevy, Ford.
Boy, Lando just walking away, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He's got such a strong car. He said in the Xfinity chat he's going to do everything he can to make us finish behind him. And he's doing just that in the Cup Series here.
Hollywood a little taste of the wall, and here comes Happy. And Happy and Dark are right on each other. Okay, it's going to be tight right here. I would say we only have about 6 or 7 laps left, maybe?
Yeah, I'd say probably less than 5 now.
Okay. And you got Happy and Dark trying to get on top of Hollywood here.
Oh,
looks like Hollywood is
contact.
holding them off. Dark had contact with Happy there. Diving inside.
Good defensive line, but a little bit more contact there in 1 and 2. Dark Knight is clear of the 88 of Happy.
Yes,
So
he
where
is.
are we now? Is that the end of the race? No,
In
not
just
yet.
a
One more
moment.
time
I
around.
think there's one more time around.
As I've cycled around to Lando. Off of turn 4 one more time. Yep, that is the last lap. So Lando coming away with the victory with Hollywood in second.
You betcha. Hollywood, Dark, Happy, and Death Before Dishonor. Rounds out
Wow.
top 5.
What a race, and who would have thought that a strategy like that would have played out? And once again, the top 2 fastest laps of the week for Hammerdown Racing Series ended up being the top 2 finishers
And
for the event.
And so I just got communication from our boy Lando and said he actually ran his qualifying setup this race. That's why he wasn't getting the gas mileage.
How
that
many
everybody
laps?
else
That
was
is the end of the race.
Yeah.
Lando wins.
getting. Yes, Panda, that's the end of the race.
Why do you gotta
Yes,
step out of
yes.
the worst times
I know
there,
this.
Panda?
No, I didn't. I
The
had
race has been over for a minute now.
Well, I do understand that. I couldn't tell on my stream if it was over with or not. You guys just do such a good job, you know. So yeah, that's a win. Lando locks himself in.
Yep.
So let's
And
get
Lando's
let's get
fastest
Lando. Who was second? Was Happy second? No.
That was
Well,
Hollywood.
I can tell you
Hollywood.
who
Hollywood
fourth
did get
on
second.
back is Hollywood Death, Silence, Stu, Titanic Joe, Travis, Jinx, Crimson, and KSJ rounds out the 12 that were left.
Okay.
So I've invited Lando, I've invited Hollywood. Who else do we want?
I don't know. Who else you want to invite?
Why don't we get Jinx in here?
I don't think Jinx is gonna join.
No, I don't think so either. but I can tell you who's going to leave, and that's the man who lives his life behind bars, Biker. I want to
Okay,
tell you
Biker.
guys, I really appreciate being in the booth with you two guys. I really appreciate you.
Hey.
I really enjoy your commentary. And all you fans out there, thank you very much for watching the Hammerdown Racing Series. And we'll see you next week at Las Vegas.
Hey.
And I'm out of here. Good night, everybody.
Later, Biker. Later, buddy. Hey, invite Jinx.
All right, I'll send the invite. We've got our winner.
Why
and
wouldn't
top-
I? Oh yeah, and Lando. What's up?
Lando, they're already in here.
Yeah, I know.
Except for
I
Jinx.
know. I seen him. we had to let Biker do his exit. I mean, you know, got to give him some time. You know, hey Lando, you started on the pole today, and you were kind of back in the pack a little bit, and then that restart at the end there, that must have been just like, you know, finding a gold nugget in your couch. You know.
Yeah, I kind of got lucky there. I actually raced my qualifying setup on accident.
Ooh.
Accident?
So was that why we noticed in stage 1 that you ran out of gas?
Yeah.
Like right there at the thing. Was that like someone said something gearing? Was that
yeah,
like a mismanagement?
I had my 4 gears instead of my 3 gears.
Okay.
high rear end ratio, so I'm burning more fuel, and I was quicker in the first part of the run because it's a qualifying setup. You're going to be quicker. That's why I jumped out. I think it was like 6 or 7 seconds ahead of everyone else, and then they caught me.
Yeah,
but man, I was fighting the car the whole night.
It looked like you were getting a little bit looser on the long run, like on those fuel runs.
Man,
Definitely.
This race, I'll be honest with you, this race humbled me. Having to be able to fight that car like that. And
So do you like Martinsville? Are you a Martinsville guy?
Martinsville.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you know how to drive the track, so that probably came to an advantage, to you. And Hollywood was fast as crap tonight too.
He was.
Yeah, you guys were battling it there for a while. Heck yeah.
I got worried.
Dude, Happy had a good car tonight too.
He had a good long run car. He was pretty solid.
He got a speeding penalty, I think, at the beginning of stage 3.
Yep. Same with Dark Knight.
That makes sense.
Same with Dark Knight.
Oh, man.
Yes, Dark Knight was our leader briefly there for a couple laps there in stage 3.
So he got a speeding penalty too.
Yep. Okay.
So I got real lucky.
Yay. Lando, you're always fast, buddy.
Yeah.
Man.
But tonight was something else.
Was it luck? Was it luck tonight?
It was luck. Yeah.
So what do you do as a pre-race
this is win
interview?
number 3 for you on the season.
Yeah, I'm good for the next round now.
You are.
Yeah, that's right. Into the round of 8. Congratulations, buddy.
Still no stage wins.
Well,
You know what?
Let
That's
me
okay.
tell you this right now.
The
Let me
W
tell you
matters.
this right now. Your average finish so far for the year is 4.875, which is the best out of the entire Cup Series division.
Hey man, I should win MVP for that.
Lando, you probably are the best Cup driver, like for this season. For this season,
Hollywood's been
I was
me
gonna say-
recently.
I'm gonna say Hollywood's our best Xfinity driver.
Oh come on now.
Hey, don't forget Hollywood is still in the room now, and Hollywood, I want to thank you for.
What's up?
Go ahead there. I just want to thank you,
Yeah.
Hollywood, for putting on such a great race there.
Get to
Tell
Hollywood.
us that last after that last caution, 15 laps to go. What kind of setup changes were you making to the car to make your car try and get that advantage over Lando over those last 15 laps there?
Yeah, I mean, my car the whole night was not a short run car. The first 15 laps, everybody was killing me a tenth or two a lap. And so my whole race was kind of holding on to get through those and then gaining that time back. And it was working out pretty good. I got good stage finishes because they went green. And then stage 3, I kind of short pitted. And while everybody was out on their old tires, I took advantage of having fresher tires, gained some time up on them, and then that caution came out. It kind of threw a wrench in my plan.
It was you that took that. It was you that took that contact head on from Crimson,
Right, so
where it looked like
I
you
had
got
to do,
loose coming off the corner.
Crimson spun out in front of me, and I just ran right into him. And there's really nowhere I could go. I did get loose and was on the bottom, and if I didn't get loose, I would have been able to get around him. But I just was a little bit loose, and I was pointed right at him. But anyway, so we called the manual, and then everybody came in. Top line was open. And with so few laps, I decided, screw it. We'll start out on the top. And I did loosen up my car. But, I mean, Lando's car, if you run in a qualifying setup and you get 10 laps to get the checkered flag, you're going to be hard to beat. So, I mean, I tried what I had. And I stayed in front of the other guys, actually, better on that restart than I had all night. So, I mean, the changes I did make actually worked a little bit, but it just wasn't enough right then. But
Hollywood,
I'll take a couple good stage finishes and a second place and move on to Vegas, I think.
Yeah, you were my pick to win tonight. Between you and Lando, it was so hard. I had to do a practical coin flip to decide which one of the two of you I would go with. But hey, you got me a second place. Thank you so much for that. At least gives me some validation to say, hey, I had the right mindset going for me here. So again, congratulations on second place on the night here at Martinsville.
Thanks for calling the race, boys.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good race, Hollywood. Really good race tonight.
Thank you, Panda. I haven't talked to you in a while. I missed it.
No, man, I talk to you all the time. Don't give me that, man. I'm interviewing you all the time. You're top 3, all the time between Cup and Xfinity.
I know.
But dude, you're a good racer, and hey, how's the weather in California?
Oh man, it's getting hot. Sun's out.
Okay. Yeah, we've had a lot of rain. Are you in the drought?
No, we got good rain this winter. It didn't snow where I'm at like it usually does, but we got good rain.
Okay.
But yeah, it's starting to get hot again. We're in the 80s.
Okay, yeah, it's it just quit raining here today, so we're supposed to, well, in Washington it's supposed to start being nice for like a week or so. So, but cool beans. You are a West Coaster, so I like you. You're okay in my book, man. Yeah. And Jinx, Jinx.
What's up, man?
Dude, talk about your race, bud.
Tokyo Drift to the extreme.
we did see you working that throttle, working that wheel, trying to at least stay out of the wall. But looks like you had a fairly nice handle, at least from a steering point of view. Was there anything particular that you were struggling with as far as strategy was concerned? Tell us about
my
that.
goal was to get a top 10 because, hey, it's better than nothing. But definitely struggling with the throttle off turn. And you barely get into that throttle on some worn tires, and your rear end just wants to snap around. So
yes.
So it was toying with
I
the
dealt
throttle.
with a lot of that, Jinx.
Yeah, like barely hitting the gas to get out of the turn, but then if you're not on the gas on exit the turn, you're getting passed or somebody's catching up to you real quick. So it was a rough race. I mean, I'm not a fan of Martinsville. I mean, you know me, I'd prefer the bigger brother to it of New Hampshire, but
So, okay, so I have you 3 guys in here. So, did the track change as the race went on? Oh, Dark Knight joined. So, did the track change as it went on? It was a night race,
No, I was just loose all race. I couldn't tighten that. I put my wedge up to 55. I dropped my pressures, and I'm still loose.
Okay.
So, I mean, it was probably something in my, my springs or something like that. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it was a good race. I was proud of everybody in there. We did have some lag outs, which sucked, but for everybody who was in there who stayed the whole race, I mean, when you're down 3, 4, 5 laps, it's difficult to want to keep going. But I mean, it kept going. Nobody was getting in anybody's way. The lap cars did a pretty good job of moving out of the way. So I mean,
yes.
All in all, great race. I mean, I'm happy for it, and I want to see that every week, and I know we will with this league and then moving into season 4.
You're happy with me taking them to Gapplebee's?
No, I'm not happy. I'm not happy with that, but I mean, I'll take it.
Took them to Gapplebee's, man.
I do want to give a shout out to the drivers that were a lap down tonight, or multiple laps down. They did, for the most part, get out of the way. That was, and I want to say KSJ. KSJ had a rough race, but he tried to stay out and try to battle a little bit, and then, moved out of the way, so, but, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm never gonna say I'm happy that Lando won, but I tell you what, in this Cup Series, if you win a race, you've earned it.
Yeah, congrats, Lando.
Yes. Okay, Dark. Talk about your race, buddy. How was it? I know you got a speeding penalty there at stage 3.
Man, I got 2 of them. What are you talking about?
2 of them? Oh,
I got 2 of
man.
them. The last 2 pit stops. Yeah, I got another one. I was doing 38 one time and then 36 second time. But yeah, I got 2 of them that killed me, man. Otherwise, I might have gave him a run for his money. But
yeah, you won the Xfinity race last night.
It happens. It happens.
Okay. So
gotta be on your P's and Q's,
So how slippery was that candy cane tonight? If you touched that, was it pretty slippery?
Slippery anytime you touch it.
Okay.
It's even worse than Cup cars because they're faster.
Yeah.
And got a lot more power, so you really got a lot more throttle control, especially when them tires wear. you know, just shot myself in the foot there at the end. Those guys pitted and I stayed out. I still had like 12 laps, and I was like, you know, I want less fuel and fresh tires, and just trying to gain some time there, and you know, it worked out. It worked out because, you know, I got behind there with them penalties.
Okay.
But,
okay. Dirk,
like I said last night, man, never give up. Just stay up on that wheel.
Dirk, were you able to take anything that you learned from your win last night in the Xfinity Series and apply it to the Cup Series cars tonight?
No, really, it's really no different. You know, like I said, just Cup cars are faster. You know, and it takes a lot more throttle control with the Cup cars than it does at Xfinity. But I had a good time myself, man. Good points night as far as that goes. I think I had second in one stage, third and second, and then finished in third, you know. I kind of moved, I think he might have been happy there. I kind of moved him a little bit coming in that last second lap. You know, I was apologizing to him, but, you know, it was go time. So, you know, I was just trying to get that third place, best finish. But, you know, hey, I did rough him up just a little bit, but, you know, I guess that's Martinsville.
Yeah.
One final question from me. One final question from me. Was there anybody that was having bad blood out there? Did anybody have any disagreements out there on track?
I don't think I heard none. You know, I think me and Hollywood got together, wasn't it, Hollywood?
Yeah, but
you know, he gave it back to me. Yeah, we was racing pretty hard and kind of
Silence gave Hollywood a bump and run. I see
Hollywood gave me one, but I think I kind of gave him one back. But we was still laughing. It wasn't no bad blood. You know, we kind of worked together afterwards there for a minute. You know.
Usually, if I hit somebody unintentionally, I was letting them come off the corner and get their run back and get back out and bottom.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that much respect, because I do the same. As long as I ain't got nobody up my rear pushing me, you know, and I can give it back.
Yeah, because sometimes, man, you go into those corners and, you know, somebody breaks a quarter of a second sooner, and then that's the difference of you hitting them, or the game has that little lag bubble.
Like last night, you know, I don't know if somebody actually got Rye and put Rye into me.
I got Rye in the 18 guy.
Okay, that shot me in Dunlap, but I thought about that for a second. I started to give it back to Dunlap, but I seen it was jumbling up, and I was like, you know, whoever that was that just hit me, he dang sure ain't gonna win it. So I just stayed up in the gas, you know. And honestly, I owe him thank you for that win, because he actually, you know, he knocked me to the win. Right, honestly, yeah. Well, it wasn't my fault, but you know, he did knock me to the win, because that took Dunlap out. You know,
there's a video of it.
Yeah.
All of us, and then,
like I said, I didn't know who it was at first, and then you know, you got to think about it. You don't know if somebody hit him too. You know, it's the last couple laps, green checkered. You know, guys finna go hard. It's gonna be less give and more take.
Yep. You know, and that's what we like about that, is having you guys in here talk about your race, and you guys are getting along. You know, there's not, you know, any, you know, it's Martinsville.
I never think nothing intentional. You know,
yeah.
I never think nothing intentional. Just unless somebody just plows me real hard, or they drive it in and knowing they can't hold it and just run me up in the wall, or make me have to get out to stay out of the wall and lose a bunch of spots.
You know,
then, you know, I really don't get upset. You know, but I still try to keep calm. You know,
there's no reason to get mad at a video game and shit. You know.
Yay!
Well, hey. I don't know about y'all, but it's my getaway from life.
I haven't swore tonight.
It's okay. It's at the end. It's at the end. Nobody. It is.
It is. Well, people will hear it. But yeah, dude, you guys are amazing. I cannot wait to see what happens in the playoffs. And you know, Lando, you know, Dark, and Hollywood. You guys are probably going to be there in the Final Four. Sorry, I've had a few beers, so.
I see those guys every week. Those names are so familiar, you know.
Yes,
I see them in Cup, and then I see them in the
I'm used
to those guys.
Dude,
know
and
how we
a
run
lot of
each
these
other.
Xfinity guys, they're waiting to get into Cup for Season 4. Season 4 is going to be amazing. I mean, a great race tonight, guys. I mean,
Hey, next week
It was a fantastic race.
Vegas. How you guys
Vegas is
feel
gonna
about
be a
Vegas?
show. Oh, I love Vegas. Probably my favorite track right now.
It's not one of my favorites, but I ain't shabby either.
I ain't shabby. Oh, he's fast there. Don't let him fool you.
No.
Mr. Jinx, did he leave, or is he still here?
I think
He
he
left?
I think he cut out. I want to say
okay.
Punk Canute left in Hollywood.
No, Panda's here.
Canute's still in
Panda's
here,
here, man. I'm doing the broadcast. So, hey, if you guys got anything to add, anything you want to say about, Las Vegas next week in Cup, anything of that nature, you guys got, some minutes here.
Gamble and throw
do
the
whatever.
dice. That's all I can say.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. A lot of two-wide racing. Bottom line works.
Yeah.
There's just bumps.
Maybe some
Top
pit
line
strategy
stuff.
involved. You
Pit
you
strategy.
just never know. But only bad thing about that, if you go in pit strategy and cost comes out, it kind of throws that out the window. So
Right.
you always
Yes.
got to keep that in mind too. I thought about pitting early tonight a couple times, but then I thought, man, if the cost comes out, I'm gonna be so screwed.
I was worried about it too. But I figured if I pitted early, I'd get my new tires and get my slowness on the short run out of the way, and then when everybody came out, my long run car would kind of be the same
Ooh.
pace as everybody else.
Well, we had
So
so
I
many
did that
green.
twice.
Yeah, we had so many
But I
green
was
flag
worried
runs.
about it, for sure.
I was confident that we weren't going to have many cautions
And,
unless it
and
was at the end.
As soon as I pitted, Jinx came in and followed me on the same strategy, and that put him up into top 10. So, I mean, short pin worked out right
Boom.
there.
Boom. Martinsville. Done and over with. We go on to
love it.
Vegas for race 2 of the round of 12. Please tune in tomorrow night at 9:30 Eastern for the truck race tomorrow night at Martinsville. And then we will be at Las Vegas next week in all 3 series. Xfinity on Thursday night, 9:30. Cup on Friday, and trucks on Saturday. And then please tune in to
Before
Weekend
we
Warrior. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just gonna say before we sign off, those that are interested in the Truck Series race that happened in real life at Texas this week, plug your ears right now because I'm about to say who the winner is. Everybody plug their ears.
Oh, damn it.
King
We're
Canute.
freezing.
Oh.
Oh,
Why are we talking real NASCAR? This is a video game. We don't do that on here.
I'm
This is
sorry, I'm
make-believe.
just excited that a local guy won. So, but anyway, yeah, it was a fantastic race out there tonight. I cannot wait to see what race number 2 of the round of 12 brings for us at Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
gonna be
Got a
amazing.
lot of drivers that have a strong cars there, strong chance there before we head off to the road course of Watkins Glen International. And I think a lot of guys are going to be going for broke at Vegas next week. So tune in. It's going to be filled with drama.
It will. It will. I have a huge sign off now. We have so many different locations we got to give a shout out to and whatnot. But thank you, King Canute and Bikers Already Left, for joining me in the booth tonight. As always, much appreciated. Thank you, Hollywood Dark Knight, Jinx, and Sleepy Lando for joining us for pre-race interviews. Good win, Lando. Beautiful race. Hollywood and Dark Knight.
Yeah,
Appreciate
y'all. Y'all do an awesome job up here in the booth, man.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you.
everything y'all do.
We're more than happy to cover it there.
Yeah, Dark Knight.
More
If
than
I
happy to
ever,
try to give y'all some good, clean racing, man, and the fans, viewers.
Dark. If I ever do anything, let me know on live stream. I love to be called out like that. I do.
You want me to call
if
you
I
out?
don't give you enough airtime, let me know.
You need to get better views sometimes on the stream.
We do. Dude, we do. We need to, I don't know, we need like a dancing like hula girl in the corner or something. I don't know. They don't like looking at this panda because he's too sexy. So, they think it's porn, I think. So, but thank you everyone that watched this and will watch this. This
good night,
has been
fellas, man.
Yes, good night, Dark Knight. And thank you everyone that viewed this. Please watch, like, and subscribe to Hammerdown Racing Series. Hit that notification bell. Join us on Facebook, HDRS Racing Series, and please join or Hammerdown Racing Series, and please join Weekend Warrior Racing Series too. We bring that on Sunday nights at 9:30 Eastern Time. And join us on TikTok, HDRS Racing. Join us on Twitch, HDRS Racing Series. Please go to Facebook and like Pressed Northwest Boutique. They do all of our merchandise for us. If any of you guys' leagues or anyone that watches this, you want a shirt made, just get a hold of Kayla. You know,
thank you, Brad and Kayla.
you know,
We
yes.
appreciate you.
And they'll make you anything. They do Ted Bundy shirts, whatever you want, you know. So you know, you can get whatever you want. But this has been a beautiful broadcast, and this has been the first playoff race. We know Dark Knight won last night in Xfinity in the first playoff race, and we had Sleepy Lando win tonight. And tonight or tomorrow night, I am in trucks at Martinsville, and I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna pick Twoon tomorrow night. I don't think anyone's going to beat Twoon in a truck tomorrow night at Martinsville. So,
how about you? What are your chances for tomorrow night there,
you
bud?
know, I'm gonna try to finish the race. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right.
Yeah, I don't care if I'm 20 laps down. I'm gonna finish the race in Martinsville. She's not gonna beat me. You know? So, but thank you everyone that viewed this tonight, and thank you King Canute, bud. You know,
and thank you, Panda, and thank you to our one viewer tonight on our Twitch channel, HDRS Racing Series, on Twitch TV.
Oh yeah, you don't got a name on them?
No, I can only see one person on the stream. I would have to check out my followers, and nobody's commented, so I'm just gonna say, hey, thank you.
Cool beans. Cool beans. We got a lot of platforms, guys. We are trying to get to this 250 mark, and we're going to do everything in our power to try to get there. And please tune in tomorrow night for it is Be New, Jinx, and I'm not for sure, Visceral will be in the booth tomorrow night for the first playoff race at Martinsville in trucks. So,
it's going to be good racing.
It is on sliders. So yes, thank you Hammerdown Nation for supporting us, and we'll be back here with a good thing. Good win tonight, Lando. Beautiful race by these guys. I don't even really know what else to say. You know.
Let's call it a night.
Cheers.
Good night, America.
Cheers.
And the world.
Yes. Peace, love, and happiness, guys. And ladies. Sorry, ladies. And we'll be live tomorrow night at 9:30 Eastern Time for the truck race. Let's get in there. Boom. Yep. I'm